Hey guys, this is Jesse here with the Upcycled Family, coming to you today to talk to you about biochar. Just a little bit of introduction to what it is, some of the benefits, and a few different techniques on how to make it. So starting out, biochar, what it is basically is some form of wood or manure or organic plant material of some kind burnt in a low oxygen environment. Essentially, it's like charcoal that you'd buy from the store, but it's burnt in a low oxygen environment without all the added ingredients of the charcoal from the store. So as far as the ways to make it, we use a open fire, like a campfire type style method of making it. There's a few other techniques. I have this here. It's what we started out using to create our biochar. You just pop the lid off, fill it full of, we use sticks. You could use manure or weeds or whatever you want to create your biochar, and then you can put it in your chimney or fireplace or whatever you have, camp stove, anything that would burn that material, and it would create your biochar. And then there's people that do dug-in pits. And there's also different variations of stoves that you can make on your own, or manufactured stoves that you can buy. So there's plenty of methods to make biochar. You can make it in small batches, large batches. Even if you're in the city at various locations, if you have access to a fireplace or have one in your apartment or home, you can make it there. So that being said, I'll show you what our biochar looks like. I got ranging sizes here. So here's a larger piece, and this is what the biochar looks like. And then this is the biochar crushed up. We don't necessarily have a specific size that we like. We don't necessarily care. You can crush it up into a powder, or you can leave it in the chunks like we have it. So it's going to break down on its own. So that's our biochar, and now I'll give you a few of the benefits of what the biochar does in your garden. So the first one is soil conservation, and I've read studies that claim that adding biochar to your soil can actually reduce the water that you need for growing plants by up to 10 to 20%. So there's obviously some variation there, but there's definitely studies proving that biochar will decrease the amount of water that you need. Also, it helps with your nutrient availability, which will also turn to better yields. So I highly encourage that you look into biochar, try your first batch, and just dive into it and add it to your garden. We're here on our second year putting it in our garden, so we're hoping to see some pretty significant yield returns from our biochar added in as part of our amendment program here at the Upcycled Family. So that being said, we will look to try to show you how to make the biochar. Hey guys, Jesse here with the Upcycled Family, and we were out doing some garden work and yard cleanup, and wanted to give you a video on how we make biochar and what it is. So first I'll talk about how I do it. Obviously, with safety in mind, I've got a garden hose and I've wet down the area around my burn spot here. Obviously there's different ways to make biochar. There's people that do pits, and there's biochar containers. Personally, I like to do the pile and let it burn down. But talking about what we use, we have pretty much just waste material here. We're using old tree branches that I've trimmed off, or that have fallen off in storms, or just stuff around the place that is no longer needed. This isn't any wood that we intentionally went and cut down that was good. I especially like to use wood that is fairly dry to where it burns better. I do have some green evergreen branches in here, but they burn pretty well. So what I do is like I said, I got the area wet down and I pile it up, and then I light the top of the pile and let it burn down. I get a better burn that way. And what happens is it burns into pretty much charcoal, and once it gets down to where it's burned throughout the piece of wood, then you take a garden hose and you just wet it down, and then you have your biochar. One actual key to making your burn a little more effective is to make sure that all of your branches are fairly uniform in size. I've got some, obviously, as you can see, that are not uniform in size, but these smaller ones are not going to turn into biochar anyway, so it's kind of a dual purpose. I get to make biochar, but I also get rid of some material that ordinarily I wouldn't have a use for. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this lit and get started. One thing I want to mention, when you're lighting your fire, I try to use paper that is not the glossy magazine type. This is just straight paper, and I use cardboard that doesn't have tape or stickers or any of that kind of stuff on it, so that way we keep the biochar clean. So in fact, this, I didn't see, this has spray paint on it, it looks like, so I'm not going to use that. But that's one thing that I like to do, is keep my burn materials clean, so that way we keep it as organic as possible. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty well burnt out. Our huge pile is now down to just a tiny one, but now looks like everything is just about burnt through. Obviously there's a few outlying pieces that aren't quite burnt through, but we don't want it to burn to ash, so we're going to go ahead and put the fire out now, and we'll be left with biochar. So here we have a piece that, as you can tell, part of it is burnt, and then part of it in my hand is not burnt. So towards the tip, that's what you want your biochar to look like. It's burnt through, the wood's completely all the way burnt. So and there's still a few pieces. So what I'll do is I'll knock off what's burnt for biochar, and the other I'll save for the next batch, or even firewood for campfires or something else. But that's what we want our biochar to look like right there. So where I'm stirring here, that's all good biochar. Some of these thicker pieces probably didn't burn through, but right in here where I'm stirring, that is good biochar material there. I'm spreading it all out to make sure it's not burning anymore, because I don't want it to turn into ash.